They are in The Head and the Heart, Part 3. The heroes have freed mighty Zaratan's heart from its stony bondage. Now they must free its head. However, that will be on February 24th, because tomorrow night, DM Carrag returns into his homebrew world of, I can never say this properly, Andromedus, something along those lines. Correct me if I'm wrong. How pronunciations, Carrag?
Correct.
As he brings a level 7 party to the test against an ancient force, some says older than the country itself. Hunters gone missing, strange totems spotted in the Silverwood, sightings of a large monster beneath the boughs of the trees. Looking forward to seeing what's going on that one. Sundays, our very own Ben brings us back into, that's in there waving, into Cloaks of Minehelm. Far below the cobbled streets, the cloaks have just survived a struggle with sewer-dwelling abominations. They must press even further into the darkness. They are to discover the cult's den, pry the obsidian tablet from their clutches, and save the city they have sworn to protect. Will they surface and survive, or will the legend of the cloaks end in Minehelm's foul underbelly? That will be at 7 p.m. GMT. Normally on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern, we would have the Big Punny Heroes. Sadly, that one will be missing this weekend as DM Richard is off, I believe, on a ski festival or subscription.
Yeah, I think they're volunteering for a ski marathon. So, as he says, he's going to be handing out hot Gatorade to skiers with ice in their beards.
Now, there is a mental picture, and I'm sure some will have a stat block for it soon. But in terms of where the Big Punny Heroes are, that is a homebrew Spelljammer campaign. They go in the Vault Part 3, another Part 3 for him. Our heroes go ever deeper into the earth in search of the Great Lens. Tuesdays, every week, you have the Fellowship of the Fallen with our very own John on the DM seat. They have rescued Private Jessup from the lizard folk tribe in the Mere of Dead Men by striking a deal and ridding them of a pursuing rot troll. Now all that remains is a trip to the Thundercliffs to confront the cult of Talos. Simple, right? Nothing could go wrong on that one whatsoever. Come and see us on Tuesday and see what foul means Joanne has to dispatch us on that one. Next Thursday, a new campaign starts. DM Craig starts us on the Quiet Year. This is a game by Avery Alder, a map-making game where the group creates a settlement at the end of the world, define its prosperities and scarcities, and tries to make something good out of it during this quiet year. Once that has come to its close, that gang will use that settlement, fast forward it 100 years into the future, and then our second homebrew Spelljammer campaign will begin based in that settlement. So that's very exciting to see what happens there. And then in 2 weeks, again on a Thursday, our very own Dave Gibson returns to the DM chair as he takes us into his homebrew take on the Radiant Citadel. Apparently, when you leave the realms themselves and go up into space, you have to homebrew it. You're not allowed to do anything else. This is the rule now. So
too many infinite possibilities.
The party have agreed to return to the conquered world of Hathar to gather information on the son of the Graven King, and landed on the island of Garthas, known to be the birthplace of the man who became the conqueror of the world. They quickly found the beach to be infested with undead, and also happened upon a levitating plank. So we'll see what comes out of that one. DM Dave then is also back on those alternate Fridays with the Sothrone Saga. They were live last Friday, and the party entered the temple in the mountains north of Templetown, a bet under duress as agent of the crow Valdar, as their friend Bratak held captive until they retrieve whatever lies beneath this ancient structure. So pick that back up on February 17th. I think that's a lot. There is a lot to go through. The one thing I have missed, alternate Sundays when Ben is not guiding the Cloaks of Minehelm. Some of you may have been watching the Violet Madness. That campaign is on a momentary hiatus, but I do believe a fresh campaign will kick off on the 19th of February. No, stay tuned for details. I have nothing further. I have a blank sheet of paper that tells me nothing about that.
Could be our very own Andy. So
that one. I guess so. Yes, yeah. That one might be worth. There's some interesting people lined up for that one. Okay.
So, yeah.
For anything you have missed, however, VODs are available on the Twitch channel for subscribers as soon as streams come to an end, and they will get uploaded to YouTube on a fairly regular basis. Look for Penny Dragon Games or Penny Dragon G if you're doing your searches for it. Follow us on socials to keep track of what's going on. Join the Discord if you want to have your own say into what's happening in the Penny Dragon Games world. And for those of you based in Ireland, should you happen to have a free time on Saturday the 25th of February, see if you can make your way down to AthVentureCon, a tabletop role-play game convention in Athenry, County Galway. The event is a fundraiser for Athenry Adventurers RPG Club, a youth club affiliated with Youth Work Ireland Galway. There will be dozens of RPGs to play, with GMs who have travelled from across the country to attend, and many gaming systems on offer, including Dungeons & Dragons, but also Scion, GURPS, Call of Cthulhu, Dread, and Retrospect. Retrospect is actually run by our own DM Mark, who runs the Violet Madness, and Dave again will surface where he brings Operation Aberration to the tabletops. We'll see how many people he can kill off on that one. And in addition to that, a full program of talks has been announced. Check on Twitter to see the details on that. And there's demonstrations, vendors, crafters, a raffle, all sorts. I kind of wish I was flying across to Ireland on the 25th. I'm not going to lie. Visit athventurecon.ie to get your tickets. They will be in chat, whichever direction chat is on my screen. I've lost track of where I am on this camera. And for those of you in chat also as well, if you put forward channel points or bits or even subscriptions, that provides gifts to us, the players, which could be simple blesses, could be healing to people who are still alive, could even be inspiration. And remember, the DM is a player. Blink, 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 blink. And Linda doesn't normally come on a Tuesday, so I don't normally get too much in the way of blesses. With all that said, let me introduce you to our fine players. I will preface this all by saying, sadly, Mark is not able to join us tonight. Mark, hurry back. We miss you. I promise not to kill Pestle and Mortar in your absence. Mostly promise. Let us start with Juan. Let's start with you first today.
All right. How's everyone? I'm John. I'll be playing Frony Stoutfoot. He is a halfling sorcerer of the wild magic variety. He enjoys getting into trouble and, basically sticking his head into places that it doesn't belong and nearly getting killed because of it.
Sounds about the normal way of things. Let's go to Dave next.
Hello, I'm Dave and I'm playing Sir Richard Brighthorn, a dashingly handsome young noble, fifth in line for his father's throne, who realised he was actually fifth in line for a life of boredom and fled his life of privilege for one of adventure. Richard is quite naive but highly skilled with his rapier and wit and has a particular affinity for picking locks. More on that later when he meets a lock.
But if he hopes still on that way. Let's move across to Christian, serving double duty also as our technomancer behind the scenes, keeping Twitch channel running. Thank you very much, Christian.
Cool. Hey everyone, I'm Christian and I'm playing Brew. He is a quietly cocky wood elf monk. He's just getting started on his adventure, so we'll see where it takes him. Yeah, that's me.
Definitely don't have anything planned for our little monk there. And another character I absolutely don't have any plans for, Ben.
I don't like that. I've decided I'm not playing the Iron Mind now. I'm going to play a totally new character. I'm Ben. I play the Iron Mind, a human fighter, soon to be a Psi warrior, psionic bodyguard, raised to be nothing but a bodyguard with very little in the way of a sense of self, but he's learning to get one of those and learning the power of friendship while slaying monsters with this ragtag group, and he's going to do what he can to keep him alive.
We are basically just redoing Captain Planet for your viewing pleasure at this moment. And the leader of our intrepid little band, Kira.
Hi, I'm Kira. I play Ori. She is a half-elf bard. She is learning to trust her little group that she's very happy with, and she's learning not to touch things she shouldn't, which causes trouble.
Particularly if they seem to be spore-infested elements of all sorts. And with all that said, it has been a couple of months since we last joined this little group of adventurers, so let's run back through where we are. Our squad here has been employed by Candlekeep, the great library, to seek out and make safe those tomes, ancient works, and literary devices that may be a little more powerful for their own good. They've had a bit of an interesting fare in an extra-dimensional manner right on the grounds of Candlekeep. Found themselves involved with a mysterious elemental foray in the kitchen, and then got slightly bemused, it's probably the safest to say, by a infestation of spores, a little outside the township that goes around the grounds of the Candlekeep. And then they got really confused when a couple of books in the library turned into some sort of living entity that could suck the very life out of people. Gaining a lead that this so-called book was obtained from a market stall known as Amberdoon in Baldur's Gate, our party have headed up the coastal way to that nefarious town, and a couple of days out from it, while they're on their rest in an old ruined watchtower, Sir Richard, standing proud as things, hears a as the crossbow bolt lands in him. I get to roll that damage roll that was there 3 months ago.
Sweet Jesus.
So you restart the game and you're taking 12 points of piercing damage.
That could be worse. Could be 15.
Could
But I
be
mean, really
worse.
holding that string for 3 months really put a lot of force behind that.
I mean, what's this guy's strength score?
I mean,
Over
let us all
Christmas as
roll
well.
initiative and find out, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let us move
Oh,
over.
don't. Okay, I almost rolled without
Yet
click
again,
on my guy. Yeah.
my shitty initiative rolls continue.
Don't worry, mine's worse.
Well, I'm going to get a -1 to whatever I get, so. Okay.
Okay. So it is at night. Your vision is probably a little impaired at this point.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
So you may have to work around that. There may be just that moment of thinking back to your partner in arms, the lizard folk, Mortar, and the wizard Pestle, who somewhat resides within. Why is my initiative thing not working? There we go. You are aware as you look up from the bolt lodged into your leg, Sir Richard, there is rustling coming from the south. Quite a lot of rustling, in fact. You and Ari are awake on this watch. The rest of your companions still lie asleep. And we will see if that's a cause for concern or not very soon. There we go. It's all starting to work now. Okay.
I don't know
Yes?
if it's a free action to cry out in absolute and utter agony.
Not to start a precedent, but I would say yes. I would say you're allowed to go, oh dear, oh whoops, so that is moderately painful. I
Oh,
believe there was a
fiddlesticks!
slight-
Yeah. That's what he does.
Right. So I will say then that you hear a voice call out. Well, you hear the sounds of something that you might consider to be a command, but you don't see. You don't understand what the things are, what the language might be, and you don't see that person as yet. And Ari, it's your turn.
She needs to wake everybody up. Yeah, she'll start screaming, waking everybody up.
Okay, I'm going to say you can be doing that as part of your
Oh.
as a free action, so you still have movement. You can action or hold an action.
Can she go over to Sir Richard to assess how badly he is damaged? And
Sir Richard is currently 10 feet tall atop a block of stone in the middle, the remains of the staircase for what once was a watchtower on this route. I mean, you can see that he's going, ah! With the crossbow bolt that is lodged into his thigh. Not quite in the worst place it could be, but
I mean, close.
close. Close. With a critical hit, it's very close.
Yeah.
he does. You've seen Sir Richard in poorly states before, and he even in this dim light, your night vision can pick out he does not look good.
Can I do dancing? Like, 'cause that's the cantrip. Would that help?
Yes.
Oh,
That will put some light on the scene. You can absolutely do that. I am, for the purposes of this, just going to bring on some torches. Book.
Centered on Sir Richard. No.
Here is your target, right here.
Move into the shape of a blinking arrow.
Book, book.
oh, maybe I'm drawing attention. Oh my god,
No,
she's not learning
like,
a thing.
you can put them like anywhere you want.
So I'm just
that
putting
is
4 out
helpful, 'cause
randomly. You potentially should be able to grab them, he says, if I set this up correctly.
Ooh, okay, that really changes things for Richard anyway, because he's human. That's cool.
Yeah,
Same for me as well.
Yeah,
I
most
can now
people in this
see.
party don't actually have dark vision, so it's
Make
quite
a
useful.
change.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Is it
Any bonus actions? Any movement? You're aware it is from the south.
Yes, can she hide behind south? So that's like down.
That's down. Yes.
Yeah, so she needs to hide.
Yeah,
Right.
you're
There's like
against the slight
corner of a wall
rocky
here?
cover right behind you as well. So if you kind of went just
Mhm.
5 to the east and then 5 and then come back. So if you went around here, let me grab.
Oh, I see. Sorry, the noise is coming from the
Here.
south, yeah.
So you could hide behind there. That will give you certainly some partial cover,
Yeah,
maybe 3/4, depending on. Yeah.
And I think she's just gonna stay there for a while.
The leader bravely standing at the back, going, "Get them, lads! Got your back!"
No, I don't
More
fight.
of a diplomat.
So you did shout, didn't you? Brew, you
Yeah.
wake up from your slumber.
Do I also know where the rustling is coming from?
What's your passive perception? Remind me.
15.
Yes, you're aware that there is rustling from the undergrowth to the south, maybe sort of like 30 foot or so away.
And then
Get
I'll
him
go and stand
nearer.
here and then
Yep.
look into the darkness and tell them to come on. I'm waiting for them. That's what I'll do.
Yep. Lovely. And indeed, you are answered. As out from the undergrowth. Pting. Having already travelled 20 to get to that point. Lovely. You see these creatures break through the bushes. And they reminds me where far they can move. Okay. So this one, you see this giant rat appears, bounds up towards you. Off to the side, you see this one sweeps in. And then... Duke. And Iron Mind. Or rather, Richard, you see this one come round the corner on the side and head straight towards the still prone Iron Mind. However, they've all had to charge to get to there, so there is no attacks this round.
Okay.
Brew, then you see a sight that will brings you out in a cold sweat as a swarm of rats follows in their wake. We know how much you love swarms.
Yeah.
This swarm, however, goes straight up the wall and over and stops right on land. Comes down the rain on top of Fronny, who's right there in their path as this sea of rats has just come straight up and over.
Well, I wasn't awake yet.
Oh yeah, this is good. You are awake now. Iron Mind, you wake up to see there is a rat's snout almost the size of your head right there. Remind me, do you sleep in your armor or do you not?
I think we said for this one, yes. I think given the type of person he is, I think Iron Mind sleeps in his armor.
That's
unless
fine.
it was really dire and he really needed to get those hit
Yep.
dice back.
That's fine. Yeah. So,
yeah.
cool. But yes,
Okay.
so you have this friendly little rat just come to say hello. You know, saliva dripping down, mad gleam in its eye.
He's actually going to half his movement to stand, and he's actually going to risk the opportunity attack just to taking a little bit of a scan of the situation. He sees Richard. So Richard is injured, and obviously the rest are sort of swarming in.
Yeah.
So he's just going to sort of sidestep this way and risk the opportunity attack just to put himself directly in front of Richard in case something else goes for him.
So Richard is 10 feet in the air on a he's things that might change. What you do.
Does that change what you want to do?
It would, but I feel bad about that crit, so we can say that if the rat survives, that is going to be its first attack on.
Okay. Yeah.
That's because it doesn't seem fair to you. So
that's fine. No.
Yeah, sorry, I did think.
That's you roll out the way. I presume you grab your glaive then, and
yeah, he would just stand up. He'll stay there.
Okay.
Then and
flickering, dancing lights.
And yeah, he will swing on this rat. Okay, you're definitely.
There's a
getting the
way
crit
to
on
riposte
me.
for. Yeah,
Okay, but the next attack on me has to be a crit because that's not fair.
That's cool. You got your crit. Roll your crit thing. Roll your damage.
Okay. Did that? Yeah, it did roll. Yeah, it did roll the strength. So 11 slashing.
And get your roll on your table. Don't forget.
Oh yes. Oh, I don't think I've done this actually. Critical.
I say it should be a token action that's come up.
Ooh. Did it?
It's a shame it did. It's a shame it's on a one-hit NPC because permanent injury would have been very interesting.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say you do that side of it, but you do get the extra damage dice if you want to roll an extra set.
Why not?
Just to see how much of an overkill you do to this thing, pretty much.
So it's just an extra 1d10, right? Just an extra
yes.
Damage die, yeah. Just 2. 13 total.
That's what I want to do. This is not the music I thought we had. Interesting. Okay.
Oh, I have the sight muted this way.
What's that music? Okay. 10. Lovely. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much almost double the amount of health that this rat had, so that's just a straight force of it just ruptures the sides.
So I suppose then he is gonna just 5, 10, just I think he just positioned himself a little bit between Fronny and Brew, so you can lash out with the halberd as these things get closer. But that's
nice.
me.
That's a good hit. Sir Richard.
Okay, Sir Richard, gritting his teeth against the pain of the wound he's just sustained, more for flavour than anything, pulls his leather tie that keeps his long blonde hair in a ponytail and just tries to kind of staunch the wound a little bit and just pull the crossbow bolt out, and then he's going to go prone, and use his action to take a potion of healing. I do believe, is that the rule where we get full whack of that? Or is
yes, that is indeed.
Yeah?
So my ruling is if you roll as an action, you get the full amount of a potion, or you can take as a bonus action to take the rolls.
Okay, so that is 2d4 plus 2, it's 10, isn't it? So he's a...
yes, 10 for regular potion of healing.
10. And I don't know whether I'll hold off and go prone for the moment. What I was going to do was go prone and try and stealth, but would you rule that I would have to move to somewhere that I have not been seen already?
I would say, as you were shot in the dark, towards where you were. That at this moment you would figure that whoever took that shot knows
They
where
know
you
I
are.
am. Okay. And
So-
is this on the same level as me then? Here.
So that block down to there is 5 feet high. It's kind of you climbed onto that, then climbed up onto this to get your lookout point.
I
So-
guess he will jump to here then. Can he jump there successfully without sustaining any damage?
Yeah, just do me a acrobatics check or dexterity check. Don't roll a
What
one.
could go wrong? What could go wrong? Look at this. Not 20.
I mean, it is the most graceful,
Right.
elegant thing you have ever done. It's a shame no one's watching to see it. But
He lands with a 3-point landing. That's only because he slipped in his own blood.
But even so, it looks glorious, and that's
Yeah.
the poster shot for the episode right there. It's just
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. So he will bonus action stealth. If that's okay.
yes. Roll for stealth, please.
Cunning action stealth. 20.
20, not too shabby.
That's all he's
Cool.
got.
It's gets you away and out of the line of fire. So it's definitely going to be. So Fronny, there are rats pouring over this wall and down on top of you.
Yeah, so screaming and in a blind
Morning!
screaming and in a blind panic, Fronny's gonna start swatting at the
Sorry,
rats.
I interrupted.
All the while casting shocking grasp.
Yeah, 6 will absolutely do it. Why did
And
that not work? I'm just moving across because for some reason I can't grab them.
no problem.
There we go.
And then with my movement, I'm just gonna stand up and start scampering that way.
Okay, as you step away from them all, there is the bunch that were on you that aren't now char-grilled.
They do not get reactions.
Oh no, they don't. You're absolutely right. Shocking Brass has that rider. You absolutely yes. The ones that are nearest you are get the ones that are on top of you all, and you roll away for the rest. Finish cascading down. Nice. There's still a lot of them there, but you've definitely thinned the pack a little. I was going to say thin the herd, but that's definitely not appropriate. Top of the round. You rolled a 20, didn't you, Sir Richard?
Yes, he did.
Yes, you did. What's his... Okay. So all of you will hear this. There is a mocking voice that comes from this pillar, this side, and you see this humanoid bipedal rat stalks round from where its hidden position from its 20 stealth. I know you're around here, human. Where are you, Brythorn? I'm coming for you. And he's standing there, and you can see that the crossbow is poised. Doesn't seem to care about anyone else.
Does
Harry,
this
over to
sound
you.
does this sound like anyone's husband that I might have heard before?
It doesn't sound high enough class for that to be a concern in this
Okay,
instance.
cool.
Not to be fair, you don't remember bedding any bipedal rats, but I mean, Baldur's
look,
Gate
there's
has all
been-
sorts
yeah.
going on with it. So
There's been a
it's
lot
a
of
couple of
drinking
very
the last
dark
2
nights.
weeks. Yeah.
A lot of blank spots in the memory.
But anyway, Harry.
Oh my god, this thing is so close. She will draw her dagger. No, rapier, just in case. And I think she's going to vicious mockery. I think he's
Okay.
close enough. And he can speak, so he can understand. So he has a brain. It's not like the whole book incident again. And I think she'll cry out going, "Oh my god, the only thing uglier than your outfit is your face."
Oh.
And see if that
I like the idea that when 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 she vicious mockery the book, it didn't do anything, but the author of the book somewhere 200 miles away was just
Oops.
I cast scathing criticism.
Oh no.
He seems genuinely hurt.
Good.
It's that big. It's just. You see these little eyes. He's got. Don't worry, my dear. I've got time for you as well.
I'm gonna stay hidden. And just sit there right there. And just stay
Yep.
hidden.
Yeah, that's absolutely fair. No bonus actions.
Mm.
And if not, we'll go over to Brew.
Cool. Yeah, I'll take a stab at this one right in front of me. A
Short sword's out.
Short sword. Yeah.
24 will absolutely hit. 6 piercing. And there's a mighty cut down the flank of this thing. You see the sinews in one of its legs actually give way. Still standing, just.
Okay. And then I'll bonus action unarmed strike him as well.
15 is a hit. And describe how you dispatch this thing.
Yes, I kind of slice him down his body, and then I awkwardly step on his head to squish him because he's really big, so it's not easy.
And you manage to find that kind of soft part somewhere at the base of its skull. There's a sickening crack that echoes back and
Sounds
forth from
good.
the trees. Yeah.
And that's me.
Coming from the rat next to you. And the rat next to you dives in to attempt to bite at you. So, ba-ding. Does a 23 hit, Brew?
It does.
You will take. Wait, it shows me the damage. No,
It's really
maybe.
slow.
Yeah, also showing blank on my side.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to roll that in the thing then. Nope. Put the roll in. It'll work. Yeah, I don't know why that's not showing up. You will take 5 points of piercing damage as this thing leaps and grabs onto your arm and is biting in deep.
Okay.
You're able to shake it off, but yeah, it's done some damage to your arm on that one.
Cool.
Cool. That's the only one of those still alive. The swarm of rats. Who would like to roll a d6?
I'll do it.
No
yeah, go on,
volunteers.
go for
I'll offer myself up and take that
Oh,
crit
that's
that you
either
didn't get
really
to
good or
deliver.
really bad.
It's a shame he's just stepped away from the screen. Because there's something about Brew and Swarms, they love him. And they all scurry towards him.
No.
I hate doing this when their people aren't around. But a 19 to hit. Which, if I grab his, is going to hit him. Yeah, and you all see now Brew is just covered in rats. It brings you back a fairly recent memory, actually, of Brew being swarmed. And the close escape he had in that circumstance. I will just take that damage off while I remember it before we go. And Iron Mind, it is over to you.
So actually seeing initially I think he was going to break for the were-rat, seeing that he was calling out Sir Richard, and he seems to obviously be here for Sir Richard. Oh, it's like specific bodyguard duties,
Mm-hmm.
at last.
It's me, I'm there, excellent.
Yeah, I think seeing Brew's getting overwhelmed, and I mean, though Brew's able to handle himself, he's severely outnumbered. So I think what he'll actually do is use his focus his mind, and I will use my one casting of magic missile on the swarm of rats. just to
Go
seeing
for it.
multiple
Yeah.
targets. You know,
Yeah.
try and ping as many of them as you can.
Brew, I hate to tell you, but there's a swarm upon you.
Tom,
Yes,
do
magic
I
missile.
for
roll once, and I'll take
once
the
and
3 from that. Yeah.
once and triple? Yeah, okay. 1d4 plus 1. Oh, I don't know why. Sorry, I could have just. Okay.
So that's 4, 8, 12 points damage. Yeah, so you see the crystal focuses, and a whole heap of rats are. This is rats as they are blown away from you, Brew. There are still a few swarming around you, but not very many at all now.
He will. Yeah, he's gonna. I'll action surge.
Okay.
And I think I will go for. He will again focusing his psionic crystal. I will cast Mind Sliver.
Okay.
On the actual. No. Well, I've done it now. I'm actually not sure if it's capable of targeting the swarm actually because it has more than one mind. Not actually sure if that works. I don't know if they're immune to psychic.
They do not have any resistances or immunities against psychic, so I will work on the principle where you can just rip through a number of them.
Yep. So if they failed DC 13 int save,
it's fine. They have an intelligence of 2. They know what they're doing. Oh, come on. It's really slow today, isn't it? They rolled a 15, though.
Oh, nice one, Will. Yeah.
So in that case,
wow. These are
yeah, in that
case,
yeah, you can't actually focus. You realize you could do it, but just there's so many little minds showing up that just breaks your. Yeah, you can't focus enough to properly train the psychic energies.
Really didn't want to swing that hell, but they're all over. Hold still.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
So I don't think he's gonna. I guess he'll. No, there's only no point in stepping closer, so that'll do it for me.
Okay, you hold your position there, Sir Richard. Background to you.
Okay, he will. I do believe if he shoots from a hidden position, he has advantage. Is that correct?
He does have advantage if they are not aware of your presence.
Yeah. He's about to be aware of my present that I'm going to give him, which is a nice, neatly wrapped crossbow bolt. So he will go with the hand crossbow. He will stick his head out.
I like you've taken the time to put a bow on it while you were there hiding.
Exactly. Watch
I roll a little message onto it.
Yeah. Watch I roll 2 1s now, and the bow has just completely screwed up the aerodynamics of the arrow. But yeah, he will stick his head out and go, "I'm here, you swine." And very aware of this incorrect term, but he will go hand crossbow. Cool. 13.
13 actually does hit.
Okay, that's 6 and 6. 12 points of piercing damage.
You sit, so you watch as your bolt flies through the air. You hear the second twang of a hand crossbow release. You see the thud into his shoulder, unfazed, doesn't in any way flinch him whatsoever. As his return held shot goes off, towards you specifically for an 8. That's not very much. So in that case, I'll say just maybe the impact is just when this thing whips past your ear, and he just reaches for it, still watching you, yanks it out, and drops it.
So. Am I to infer that this didn't damage him at all, or just that it didn't damage him? Okay.
It seems to be immune to piercing damage.
Well, he knew he was coming for you.
He fucking did, the little shit. And a rapier is piercing as well, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Oh lads.
Fuck.
I mean, I can boop him with the hand of my hand crossbow. That's all I've got.
Yeah.
Boop
You're
him
on
on the
rat
snoot.
duty,
So you
Richard.
still have movement and bonus action, Sir Richard,
Yeah, Richard.
and there is these eyes are now fixed on you.
He will bonus action poop. A little nugget of poo in his leather breeches.
Are you hoping the smell will distract?
Yeah, yeah.
Disguise you.
Shake it down the leg, and hopefully it will mask his scent. No, but he will. Okay, he'll bonus action.
-1d4. I'm going to bane you for those sorts of jokes. That's what's coming.
He will move to there, and he'll bonus action hide again, if that's all right. Is that
Sure.
Has he moved far enough away?
You'll have to see.
Okay, well he'll go into these trees then.
Okay.
And he will stealth, bonus action, stealth, cunning action, because he's a rogue. That's a nat 20 for a 25, bitches.
Nice.
Cool. And so, did he recognize the voice at all? No. Okay.
At the moment, you might be able to think back later, but at
Okay,
the moment,
cool, perfect.
I'm going to assume it's somebody from Richard's childhood because it's taken him so long to find him and all those fucking nat 20 stealth checks.
Damn it, he was right here. Just.
I was champion hide and seek player back in the castle, my friend.
Yeah.
All the places the maids didn't know about.
Wow.
Ronnie.
Franny is going to flip open the little clasp on his belt pouch that he has, and he's going to take out a playing card and chuck it at this big rat over here. Let's hope it bounces. As he casts Chaos Bolt. Let's see.
Nice.
It's a 22 to hit for 7. Yeah, let's do Force. Force is good. Force is always good.
Nice. It's a hit, isn't it? You didn't roll the same number on both dice.
No, it's just a normal hit.
Just the 14. Still enough to whip this thing, kill it. You hear this again, the snap of its vertebrae, the force of the card almost spins it entirely round on itself. It does not get back up.
That is good to know. And then Franny will do a tactical retreat. And that is
Nice.
my turn.
Okay. So 5, 10, 15, 20. You're welcome to do the attack opportunity if you want. 25, 30. He gets to there. Doesn't seem to really care about you particularly. Ronnie.
Mm-hmm.
And you see him, he's kind of watching to where Richard's gone, has no clue where he is. So he pulls out, holding the crossbow in one hand, he pulls out a short sword. He's just swinging towards you because you're there. Oh, Sir Richard.
Of course he is.
Are these yours? What happens if I break them? There's a 13 hit.
I will cast shield.
So he's swinging. He's holding against your shield as he says this. Goes back up. Takes his second from his multi-attack. For a 6, I won't do anything. Again, you hear them. As the energy of things. What are you up to, Brythorn? You're mine, but I can go through the rest of your party first if you show desire. Cool.
Who the hell did Sir Richard piss off? I mean, I know a lot of people, but jeez.
Fuck you, John.
Running around is only
He's
6
a nice
seconds. We don't have time.
lad.
John, I've got a list here. It's a long list.
He's a nice lad. He pissed off a lot of bad people.
Yeah.
Ari, it is your turn.
Yeah, she's gonna stay hidden. She's not fighting this thing. She's just gonna go with the vicious mockery again. So she'll. What could she say? Oh, she was drawing her rapier, so she'd be like, "Oh, I draw my rapier to you, but I wouldn't want to make you jealous."
These are cutting words. That was a different spell
Wow.
already doing stuff. That is a wisdom save. Thank you.
It's a deep burn.
Mm.
And he understands what you mean. Again, you see that shiver come across him. And you know your spell has caught hold. -3. So, Frony, you can see he has taken damage from that. So it is not an immortal construct. Come here.
Can I give bardic inspiration to Franny?
If you wish.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
please.
fine.
Yes, do. You're right beside the fucker. Sorry.
Yeah, so you now have a D6, D4. I can't remember what we are at
I
this
think
level.
it's D6. Yeah, I think it's still at this
D6.
level. I think.
It's- Cool.
And
Yes.
stay there.
Cool. Good to
Alrighty.
know.
Brew. Most of the rats around you have gone, but there's still a few harassing you at the moment.
Can I hit them with a sword? That works. Sorry, I forgot how swarms work.
No, you can still attack them as you would. They essentially count as one creature.
Yeah, so short sword.
Thank you, Ryan. I will take that bless.
Damn you, Raya.
Dude.
So that's a 19. Yeah. And with that, you're able to slash through the last remaining rats, crushing the last one in your hand, and that swarm. Unlike the last swarm you encountered, this swarm is dispatched with at ease.
Okay. And then I'm gonna run around
Yep.
to this guy and then use a key point to do flurry of blows.
Okay.
Here we
Go for
go.
1 and 2.
Your foot comes over as you comes on over Thrawn, he smashes into his face. You land, elbow into the guts. Reese, really? He is unfazed by your bludgeoning attack.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
What are
Yeah,
we
and
gonna
then,
do?
a free action cry, I think. Yeah, that's me.
Aha! Cool. Giant rats are dead. Swarm's dead. Killing all my little freaks. Iron Mind.
Tom, I don't remember. I'm fine either way. I don't remember. Did we do flanking for this game? I don't remember what the.
We'll do blindside flanking.
No, I don't. I don't remember. I don't remember what the
No, I say
precedent.
well, I do blindside flanking, so the person who's on the blind side of an opponent would get flanking.
Oh, okay. Fine.
So I'd say if you could get to here,
Yeah,
I would say you'd be able to flank him. Yes.
Okay, 5, 10, 15. 20,
Or that line.
25. Okay, so yeah, he's gonna. I've got a bad feeling about it, but Iron Mind doesn't know that the bludgeoning didn't work. But I have to see if slashing does.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll
24 does hit.
Okay. If it goes through, that's 8.
He shrugs it off.
Oh, okay. Disconcerting.
Friends seem to give you credit, Brythorn. Which should I kill first?
Does anybody have a little trap and a piece of cheese?
Yeah.
Oh, cheese. Hmm?
If there's time in what remains of Iron Mind's turn, as he realizes
Yeah.
that if there's time for him to just say spells.
Spells disaster. is what-
Okay. Sir Richard Brythorn.
will step out from the tree. So up to now he has been he's been hunkered down, cowering in the trees. But obviously knowing that, hoping that no one can see him, he will step out, full of a confidence he does not possess, and he will pull out a flask of oil and light it. throw it at the rat, if that's all right. And he'll
Yeah,
go,
go for it.
I don't know who you are, sir, but maybe this will get your retention. It's a deep bird. So D20 at my dex, is that how it works? Dexterity check?
It'd be just your deck. You wouldn't be proficient in this, so yeah, it'd be just your dex or strength thing.
Okay, so I'll just roll a dex check then.
Go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
That is an 18. 18 will hit. Which is
I will light that motherfucker up.
Is this? So have you lit the oil, or have you just pulled the oil out?
I would have just like lit it and if that's a thing, or if I can. If you need me to spend
the
two
issue.
rounds
I mean,
doing
the issue.
that's fine.
Normally, I'd be fine with it. I think the issue I've got with it is alchemist fire. Then becomes because this is alchemist fire, is it? This is just oil.
This is
So
a flask of oil, yeah.
So
I do have to. If it helps, Tom, I copy pasted the oil item.
Chuck it in because I think it might take you an action to light it first, or it might be. Oh, yeah, actually, it's now covered in oil. Yes, that's fine. So the fast kit it hits is now covered in oil. I would I'd agree with you if it wasn't if alchemist fire wasn't a thing, but if you find
you're dead right. Yeah.
Alchemist fire. Yeah.
The only reason I'm sort of hesitating is I'm trying to figure out what the fuck to do next.
Well, it'll take. I don't know if
not a
Fronny
disagreement,
has.
but
I don't know if Fronny has fire spells, but
I don't.
Okay. But it's, yeah. All right.
I'll light a torch on my next turn and hit him with it.
Yeah.
Just stand there, Mr. Rat, while I get my tinderbox out, and I'll just blow the door. Come on, no, it's right, it's fine.
I guess he'll just go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then he'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 bonus action dash. And he'll go, why don't you come and get me, you bastard? Respect.
Notice you say that as you run away.
Yes. I'm here, come here. Kill me, I'm here.
Smearing yourself in the poop that you
Yeah. Do it now.
Lovely. Fronny.
Cool. Question, Tom.
Hi.
Is our campfire still burning?
Would you keep it running during the night? I guess is the question for you.
Is it cold?
I mean, I guess
Then the overlay
it
is still running the overlay. You probably would because you know you have enough people who can't see without if you don't have some sort of light. So yeah, I'd say it is.
That breeze off the short coast can be quite cold.
I'm gonna move 10 feet.
Yeah. He does swing out at you as you leave. That kind of almost just again, not really looking. It's that he figures you're up to something.
I am up to something.
Yeah.
He knows me.
So that is a 13 to hit.
I will again cast shield.
Okay.
And I will pick up one of the burning logs and chuck it at him.
Okay. Make a dex check.
$17.
That hurts him. That dairy definitely hurts him. It was 5 damage, was it? Straight 5 damage.
It's whatever takes 5 additional damage. Whatever 5 damage it would take, I think it says it takes 5.
Yeah.
It's 5 fire damage, yeah. So it's just basically a persistent 5.
So I assume 5.
From way over here, you hear, "You're fired."
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, because hitting someone with a torch just does 1 fire damage, so I can't imagine that would do.
Okay, so he definitely, that hurts. He's not happy about that. You can see the burning coming up on his sides, the side of his face, and the back.
And then as my bonus action, I will use which one is that one? Flexible casting, and I'll
Okay.
convert 2 sorcery points into a first level spell slot.
Nice.
And that is my turn.
Cool. On his turn, he will bonus action disengage. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Has to dash. Ignores the fire. Just strides forward with the fire on it. Does he take that extra 5 on his start of his turn, doesn't it? Or is it?
I think
Let's
that's if
check
they
quick.
stand in it.
Additional 5 fire damage on burning. You can.
What's in his turn? So
Yeah.
if he takes that fire damage now, it'll burn out, won't it? Because that's the second time he's taken
Yeah,
it.
it seems to be that it takes a minute to dry. So I think if it's on him, if we hit him with fire again, he'll take 5 damage. But it doesn't seem to burn. I think that's if you light it a patch of oil. I don't know.
Yeah, the 2
The
rounds
oil.
is for if it's a patch that's lit.
Yeah,
I'm not
so I'm
sure
gonna-
about on a creature.
I mean, I will the same way it's just there. Then I'm going to say it's 2 rounds of burning.
Sure, yeah, sounds good.
Where the so I can run this against you. So takes note horribly. Takes 1 per turn. His turn, not round, so he actually can keep taking the damage, couldn't he, till the next round. Okay. Yeah, so he'll either clean off this turn or he'll take another damage next turn. So that's the hit, and the burning would last 12 seconds ish. Yep, we'll go with that. Alright, so he takes more. He does take the damage from that. But he is right up in your grill, Sir Brythorn.
Flame grill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all he's got. Ari.
Question: can I use sleep spell on him, or would that affect Sir Richard as well? He's
Make
like
me
a
an
direct
arcana.
effect.
You would need to find somewhere that would not necessarily capture Sir Richard. First level spell, you would know how this one works. You need to make sure that wherever your area of effect is does not capture. Well, I mean, you could try. You could certainly use on him. In terms of the details of the spell, you know that it starts with whoever's the lowest amount of health in the area, and you're not entirely sure that Sir Richard has more than this.
Yeah, you're gonna hit a couple of us if you
Yeah,
sleep.
you're going to be very
Everyone
careful
sleep.
about how.
Oh, no.
I mean, that would cool the issue down.
I mean,
I think if you put it there, hang on, if you put it
What is it? 20
Here?
foot?
20
Yes,
foot,
somewhere
point.
around there.
so yeah, on either side, like from there, it'll get 20 foot, but that would also.
I mean,
get-
but if Sir Richard goes down, that's fine. As long as
But
both
the
of
one on
them.
top of
No,
it doesn't
listen,
go
let
well.
me finish. As long as both of them go down.
I mean,
If
could
they're
you do
both
something like
asleep.
that?
yeah, but it could just get Sir Richard, then the guy would be awake, and it's just not going to work.
Could you do something like that?
I think
No,
it's
that's
you,
in
you.
use.
I think you pick a point, and then it's 20,
Oh, okay.
20 feet out from that point, so it's like
Okay.
a 20-foot radius. It's
Yeah.
actually a big area. I never
It is
realized
quite
sleep
big.
was that big.
It's
Oh, shit,
normally
it's
you're
huge,
not
yeah.
trying to catch someone in the middle of your party, which is where it
Oh.
becomes quite tricky to squeeze in.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much anywhere you go on that one, one of your party is probably falling asleep, or runs the risk of falling asleep, I should say. Sorry,
Mm.
it's a good idea. I do like it.
Although it's hang on.
Watch him make a save and Sir Richard fail his save. That's it.
So there's no
Nah,
save
right,
to sleep.
boy.
It's just you just roll the hit
yeah,
die.
that's true.
You
Yeah.
just roll hit die.
Yeah.
That's why Carrack hates the fact that if we ever do a battle royale, he knows what I'm using on Crag. 9th level sleep spell. Yep, sounds good. Good night, barbarian.
No, night.
No, I think she's just too worried about affecting Sir Richard, because if it does go badly, she's not taking that So she's just gonna vicious mockery once again. It was kind of irking him before, so we'll just keep doing it to him. We'll piss him off enough.
If it ain't broke.
Get redirected away.
Yeah, I mean, it's doing, if I remember, it's knocking down his hits. There's 1d4 minus to his attack rolls as well, so it is still so.
Auri's been doing the most consistent damage to this team.
Yeah.
If it ain't broke.
Hey, which is pretty
Exactly.
much par for the course.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she's just gonna shout at him, anyone who told you to be yourself couldn't have given you the worst advice.
Oh my god.
I'm wounded.
No.
What did he roll? 14 meets it, beats it. So he just has Sir Brythorn in his eyes now. He doesn't pay any mind to you.
God damn it. I have nothing else. I'm not strong enough to stay where I am.
I mean, you could bless. You could put some bardic inspiration for Sir
I
Brythorn.
forgot about them. Yes, absolutely. I will give bless to Sir Richard. Can I do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
What have we got? A bardic inspiration, is it?
You have a bardic inspiration, yes. As you see,
I
I was just there
love
going,
that song.
You
Just
got
going,
it. You got it.
Good luck.
It's my favorite song.
I'll throw the rapier at him next, but it doesn't work.
Ollie's got it. Like he doesn't. Like all he knows is that piercing doesn't work. He does have a long sword, so he might start using that.
I mean, you've seen that slashing damage doesn't work as well.
Oh, have I? Okay, sorry. Yeah, right. Shit.
Brew.
Have an Achilles
I think
heel.
Brew is going to stubbornly run towards him. That's 45 to get to there.
Okay.
Is my movement. And then attempt to grapple him. Now, I just want to make sure, can I, with my martial arts, use my dex instead of strength to grapple? Because it's...
Sure.
Okay, cool.
And he will
Is it
attempt
just a
to
straight
wiggle out
dexterity
from
roll, right?
and yes, it would be for this. Because normally, yeah, because normally it'd be athletics, but it'd just be dexterity for you. Oh yeah, no, he is grappled.
Okay. And
Can you take 5 points of fire damage because he's still on fire? Would you like to reconsider for this?
yeah, I would definitely like
Because
to
you
reconsider.
can quite clearly see he's on fire as you approach.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
It's a shame. That's a great roll.
Yeah. Yeah, no, then I'm just gonna... I don't know.
Meditate?
Yeah, I think so. Then I wouldn't have gone as far. I'm
Offer
just
him a
gonna
drink.
stand there.
I mean, yeah.
Stand there and just cheer on Richard.
Okay.
You can do it. Yeah.
The cheerleader squad forms around Sir Brythorn. Love it. Giant rat's dead. Swarm rat's dead. Iron Mind.
Iron Mind will 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and then he will follow Ori's lead and go for that psychic damage and let off a Mind Sliver cantrip.
Okay. Another intelligence save.
13.
When you'd like to roll, anytime.
Oh no, it's an intelligence save for him.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my saving throw to come through.
Oh, sorry.
There it
I
is.
thought you were saying for me to roll.
5.
Okay, that is
So he-
only 1 psychic damage, but he
You see him. He definitely reacts to it. But, there's a kind of sidelong glance to you. He snarls at you.
Okay, at
Wait
least
your
I
turn.
know- At least I know that will work. He is gonna subtract a d4 from the next saving throw he makes for the end of my next turn. Just If
Yep.
that's relevant to anybody that does anything to him, that's me.
I mean, as soon as someone does cutting words, that's not cutting words, a vicious mockery, that'll probably do something. Sir Richard,
So,
rapier out, crossbow out.
Yeah, in the interest of fairness, would Richard start taking fire damage because he's next to him, or?
I
If
mean,
I
you're
stay
not
there
attempting
for
to
the
grapple him at the minute,
Okay,
so
cool.
see what you're doing, and then I'll decide whether or not.
Yeah.
Because I think you can stand pretty close to someone who's. I mean, the flames are all going out now as well, so.
There's fucking nothing I can do other than I have a jeweled letter opener. Is there any no, he wouldn't even be aware if this is a were creature. He wouldn't even know. So I'm not even gonna go there. Shit. I mean, I guess he's gonna look like such a dickhead. Even more of a dickhead. He's just gonna disengage and run. That's all he can do. But what he will do is
Could you make me a history check?
Sure.
Let's do that second of indecision. Just
20.
20 is enough. When you were handed your rapier as a teenage, you remember that your father was very keen to talk through the adornments, the jewelry, the engravings on that blade. Every time you were taught to use a weapon, you were taught with that rapier specifically.
Okay. Right. Well, look, he'll just go with the rapier then.
All right. Roll to hit.
He'll go, you swine. These are my friends. Touch them and I'll murder you. And he'll go. Up.
This were-rat just scoffs at that.
That'll be a 23.
Okay.
Or 12
So
piercing.
The piercing damage doesn't do anything to him. But as you are pushed this through, you do a nice little hit that goes all the way, cuts down the side. And as the jeweled hilt catches him, he recoils. And you see that for the first time there is a look of what would possibly be a touch of fear in his eyes.
Okay.
As you do 1 point of damage to him.
Do I
actually, no,
get
Robbie,
my sneak?
actually, no, Robbie 1d4. You
Okay.
do not get your sneak.
Okay. And that's because that's 4.
Oh, nice.
So the sneak is the same damage, is it not? But but it's not.
Well, you wouldn't get sneak. There's no. Why would you be getting sneak
because he's
damage
engaged
on
with
this?
an ally. Let me just pull up the sneak attack there.
Yeah, I think if there's an ally.
Yeah, no, actually, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you would
get.
get the sneak damage as well. Actually, yeah.
Okay, cool.
So I'll take that 2 off as well.
I can't believe I didn't think of that as well. The whole time I was like, oh, you must have armor that's like, immune to. And I was like, so when you said were creature, I was like, oh yeah, silver.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So he will. I guess he'll bonus action disengage.
Okay.
Actually, no. He'll bonus action. I can bonus action dodge, can't I? No. Dash, disengage, or hide. Okay.
You
so
need to be a monk to do dodge, sir.
Yeah. So he will bonus action disengage.
Okay.
He'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Come and get me, you swine.
He looks genuinely concerned now. Something about that swipe from your blade has rattled him.
That's what he's got.
Okay. Fronny.
All right. Yeah, rinse and repeat. Gonna throw another card at him.
Okay. 13 misses.
I'm gonna use Tides of Chaos.
Okay.
It's a 22.
22 will absolutely hit though.
And let's see, 5 and 7. So we'll do. Well, let's do psychic. Why not?
That's been doing very well to him.
Been working so far.
Nice.
And sorry, Tom, it's just hit me that I technically owe you 4 wild magic surges.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh shit!
Yeah, just let's roll those now.
Yeah, what happens with Tides of Chaos? Do you do one for Tides of Chaos as well? And it does something with it, does it? What is it?
Tides of Chaos, I need to make a save, but the DM determines when it happens. So yeah, I'm gonna do them
Do you want
one
to throw
at a
that in
time.
chat so everyone can see it?
Yeah, give me
but do your
one
rolls in that one.
sec. There's Tides of Chaos. And so the first one. Oh, nice.
Oh! If you'd like to roll a wild magic search for me, we'll say it's much delayed, and I won't ask you to do any other.
Someone's gonna have actually either a really good time or a really shit time in Baldur's Gate because you're spending all that money on drink and you can't get drunk.
3
Yes,
days.
that first. So that one you probably didn't notice about. So let's start again and roll for the other 2 then.
Does it reset to 1?
It resets to 1 on the next
All right.
ones.
All right, so that's
And if you make a note on your sheet, yeah.
Yeah, it's number 2, so it's now 1 to 2 for the third one. Cool. 1 to 3 for the fourth one. I'm fine.
Yeah. So there was right back at the beginning of all this. You have that thing of you know that you have that particular tingle that goes through that bang in the back of your head that goes, uh-oh. But nothing. As far as you're aware, nothing's changed.
Yeah.
There's no butterflies. You're not a sheep this time. This is good.
I check how far I'm from the ground.
Yeah. Not flying. I mean, this is good. All right. Hello to Legitimine. They seem to be doing all right. Cool. And then so
that would be me.
And I have a wild magic surge to ask you for at some point.
And for that one, it is going to be a 1 to 4.
I think no, that is only on the wild magic table, isn't it? Oh no, sorry, surge table. Okay, fine. All right, that's cool. Nice. So all we're at, looking down the side where whatever was on whatever damage you caused him, Sir Richard, you can feel this blood coming out of one of the ears, out of his nose, his burn marks as the flames. Take the flame damage off. Flame damage off. Go down. I'll get your bounty next time, Rhythorn. And he will bonus action disengage, and he starts to run over to this side. And he disappears into the undergrowth this way. Is anyone chasing him?
Yes.
Because he's now 60 feet away. Okay.
Assuming.
I mean, if he's about 60 feet away, in a move action, I can get close enough to hit him with a ray of frost. That'll at least slow him down a little bit.
All right. So, Ari, are you doing anything?
Instead of action surge, I could have chased him.
No.
Rue, are
Very
you?
confused with what's going on.
Nope.
Literally, my next turn was going to be to try and I have a net. I was going to try and net him, but
he's disappearing into the undergrowth, so it is getting dark now out that way.
I mean, I can
So
only. Yeah, I can't outrun him. So.
Fair enough. Sir Richard.
He'll
so
try. He'll keep running for a
He's
bit.
gonna bolt after him, yeah.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's 30 foot more north from where he is now. You are welcome to try to pursue him if you want.
So is he 90 now?
He's 30 feet. No, he's 30 feet off the map from where he is currently.
Okay, so
Iron Mind will be pursuing, especially if Sir Richard is going. But otherwise,
he's gonna
I think Sir Richard will all go.
So he'll go 30. Just get him to there.
Okay.
There, did I say there? and then he will. That's the movement. He'll bonus action dash.
Okay. I may need
That-
to move you all down then, the
Can I
people who've pursued.
Catch him, or
I'm going to move. I'm going to grab both of you, move you 30 down, and we can
Yeah.
take it from there in terms of where we are.
catch him, dearie?
I can grab. I'm just going to grab over. No, it's
I mean, I think eventually the two of them are going to outrun him because they can bonus action dash. So
Let's see the Benny Hill theme tune.
yeah.
I need to grab everyone else. Sorry, I'm just moving you all to make. As we reset to the boundary of the battlefield a little for this.
You can take my net, Richard, if you want. It's strength based. You got to throw it, but you got to get within. You got to get within.
I mean, I am going to say you are going to be beyond the bounds of the torch at this point. So you are going through, and this is night out here. So this is going to be you're going to be hitting difficult terrain now at this point
Okay.
because it is night time.
You're
I
done.
can net reach you for that, so I'll have to just keep.
5,
Keep running.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the torches would be down here as well. He then would be another 30 feet. 10, 30. It's there. So that's all you reset down. So, I mean, you can see what you can see at this point.
Oh, is he catchable then? If there's no way to catch him, then it's fine.
I mean, if you can see him, you're attempting to you can go after him, see if you can catch up with him, but he has gone into the darkness.
Fuck him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if Sir Richard
Better if we
disappears
don't.
into the darkness, Iron Mind will keep
No.
going, but we'll be
Nah.
calling him back and saying, "I think we should retreat because we're gonna."
Yeah, he'll stop and he'll kind of stare into the distance, clutching his rapier.
I mean, for a moment you hear the sounds of undergrowth rustling getting quieter, and then it's just back to the sound of the undergrowth. I mean, if someone wants to suggest a way they can pursue, I'm happy to carry on.
No,
But I am saying it is
nothing.
night
Richard doesn't
time,
have
and
any
you've
idea,
got.
like, so he's like-
rather try and track him in the daylight. If nothing, if would probably be better. Hand on Sir Richard's
Okay.
shoulder. And just say, this one is sorry that we could not pursue.
Thank you for your
We will
help.
find them.
Thank you for your
And
help.
We
with
will kill them. I have a set of skills.
Cool. And with that, we are out of combat.
So Richard will just sit
What?
down here. And he'll just re-examine the rapier again for the first time, really, and sort of.
Yeah, so I'm going to admit I've lost what it is, but you see there's one particular stone on the hilt that is very prominent. You thought possibly it might have been an off-color emerald to begin with, but now you're not so certain. Just moving you all back into roughly the positions.
Right.
I've moved the
Um,
fire out of it as well. Oops. And I haven't. Good.
Tom,
Hi!
hang on, actually now I think Iron Mind is he's not. Would he be able to attempt to make a cheb? It's a long shot, but given his training in the monastery and the use of crystals and gems to focus psionic power, could he make some bit of an attempt to hazard a guess at what this gemstone might be? If it's mundane, I don't think he wouldn't know anything about.
I'm going to say
necessarily magical
no.
stones.
This isn't
that's
something
perfectly fine.
even.
Yeah.
I mean, your memory is patchy at the best of times, but no, this is not something your training would have covered.
Yeah, that's fine. As I say, his knowledge would be very mundane anyway, very basic.
Yeah, no, this the reason of this you would not be aware
Absolutely.
of. I'm going to say, Sir Richard, for the moment you don't remember the name of this stone. I will try to find where it is because I haven't lost.
Yeah,
the
no,
bit
that's
that had
fine.
that
His
note on it.
mind is elsewhere anyway, so.
Yeah, so you thought it was an emerald, but you're kind of looking at it now as this is not an emerald. This is something a bit more off color. I faded the wrong one. That should be the one I'm fading.
So
There we go.
So Richard,
Richard,
he'll sit down and he'll look at Iron Mind and he'll go, "My friend, he said, he mentioned about bounty. In my experience, only undesirables have bounties placed on them. And he'll look at the Iron Mine and go, "Am I an undesirable?"
Not at all, Sir Richard. Anyone can have a bounty placed on them. Anybody who wants another person dead.
I mean, it all
Pay others to
depends
kill
on
them.
who you piss off.
I didn't piss
Right.
anybody off. In fact, I just pissed off.
That might be the problem.
Right.
Hmm.
That was rather
I was gonna say,
frightening. I thank you, my friends, for always
Do
having my
any-
back. And that
do any of you recall, did the Rat Man, it seemed as though he was willing to take Sir Richard dead, but he didn't say he was going to kill him. The bounty could be for Sir Richard alive. You say you pissed off. Could somebody want you returned home? This one does not mean to pry.
No, it's fine. I'm happy to tell you that I'm fifth in line for the throne in my kingdom. So it's never going to happen. It's just a practical impossibility. So,
Behind who? Like how many? What's the?
I'm fifth in line. So I have four. I have four brothers, all terrible cats, and they're bully me incessantly and stuff. So I was a child. I learned to hide and sneak around the castle. You wouldn't believe the amount of secret corridors and little passages I found. But yes. So I just ran away. I figured I wouldn't be missed. My father hated me, and yes, I just ran away. Found you people. I want to be on a jolly adventure.
So, Richard, do you require someone to bully them back?
Well, my brothers, no. I mean, I'm sure when my father passes away, probably from some sort of disease he's contracted from one of the maids, I would imagine that Bertrand will assume the throne. So he would be King Bertrand the 25th, I think. So, and then if he dies, then, what's his name again? Yes, anyway, so on, until it's fifth in line for the throne, and then King Richard the First. Oh, gods forbid. So, I'm just having a jolly old great time over here with you folks. I say, Brew, are you all right?
Yeah, Bruce is sitting quietly, like watching you, wondering if you're telling the truth at all.
I was about to ask, is Sir Richard telling the entire truth?
Dickhead.
You can roll insight checks. Sir Richard, you may roll deception or persuasion, should you so desire. I don't need to tell us what you're rolling.
Just roll a
Yeah.
d20 and tell us whatever you
We'll just see
if
the
it
result.
beats a 17 or not. I'll take that.
Hold on 1 second. I just need to pull these out of my trousers here.
I think while all that was going on, the Iron Mind was thinking, those maids should be fired. They can't be very good at their job if the king is getting diseases. They can't be cleaning the castle very well. This is disgraceful from a servant of the crown.
We need to have a chat with Iron Mind at one point.
Yeah.
Somebody
I
get him
have
a
to talk
book.
with him.
You're in a library. You'll be able to find a book. Don't worry.
Yeah.
As long as it's not a mimic.
Irony will know there's a special quarter of those sorts of books. Don't worry, you go.
Yeah, it's more like Candlekeep. So he is. He's.
Kendall Sutra.
Yes, I don't know. It seems. I've committed indiscretions. I've fraternized with those below the law, and there was this one time I helped smuggle in these potions that they were a potion of virility, I think it was. Several of those. But it's nothing hardly worth a bounty.
Perhaps these undesirables know of your lineage, and
Why should it
truthful
matter?
or not,
I'm nobody. I'm
Well,
fifth in line, like I said, to a life of boredom.
they do not know your relationship with your father. Perhaps they think you are more valuable to him than you seem
Do
to
you
think
mean
so.
to imply that common kidnappers?
Perhaps.
So that hold me for ransom?
Liam takes notes. Ooh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel if there's any place to find out about a bounty, Baldur's Gate would be the place to go.
Yeah.
From what this one has heard, Fronny speaks the truth.
And depending on how much the bounty is, we could always just bring him in
Yeah,
ourselves.
I mean, it just depends on which side of the counter we're standing on.
We'll get the bounty and then we'll rescue you. We'll go. Look, we're going to be running scams. Fronny's not able to be intoxicated for 3 days, so we'll run a scam with that. We'll turn you in for ransom, and then
This
get you
casual
back.
bullying is going to turn Richard into the fucking BBEG by the end of this campaign.
I am King
This
Richard
is
the First.
Ben speaking. This is not the Iron Mind. Remember, this is
Yes,
Ben
this is-
going. Oh, they got all these things we can do.
Yeah.
This is not the Cloaks of Vinehelm. It is not instinct for you to go to the worst of people.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, when Bruce is that, Sir Richard's kind of his body language just he deflates a little bit and he goes, "Yes, well, I suppose you must consider me an ally more than a friend. Then at least we know where we stand." And he'll kind of get up and scoot around.
Hand on the shoulder. Well, this one stands with you, Sir Richard.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I stand with you. If you ever need any help in some sort of... I can teach you how to sneak out a bedroom window if you wish.
A useful tactic.
Indeed. Very useful.
One must always have an exit strategy.
Oh, and an entrance strategy as well, but we'll get into that again.
These books.
Too many boys.
These books, more of something in these books you spoke of.
Indeed, yeah.
I was just there going, why did I say yes to this? I should have just stayed at home.
The books.
Well, I do believe it's still our watch.
Aye.
Does anybody have any wine or
Yeah.
something?
I was.
Frony will throw Sir Richard his water skin, which doesn't contain water.
Oh, what's in this?
If
Just
Take
wine.
it.
40% proof by the smell of it. It's
Yeah. Why didn't you throw this on the
yeah, we all know Brew's holding the good shit, holding the moonshine.
He's not called Brew for nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I can't throw that at the other people. This is
That's fair. He'll take a deep swig and he'll climb back up here and be more mindful of the silhouette he casts against the moon.
and we have learnt. And it's...
Yes. And he'll just sit down with his back against the wall and he'll just kind of mull things over and he'll have a think about the voice and he'll have a think about everything else.
Roll me a history check then if you spend some time pondering this.
Pondering check. Here we go. Look at this. Here we go. 14
14 on the pondering check.
It's a 50.
I mean, you've been to some disreputable places, certainly in the last few years, and you've met all sorts. But this isn't. There's nothing immediately triggering from this. There's nothing making you think, oh, this must have taken place in Baldur's Gate or Neverwinter or any of the other many places you have travelled to in the last few years. The cadence, you may have come across those who have that sort of cadence, that kind of intonation, but there's not that specific, not the specific tone, not this person.
Okay.
So,
That's
to
all right.
your knowledge, to a 15, there is nothing
Yeah,
in your
that's
past would suggest this is
all
anyone you know. And with that, I'm actually going to say you may all take your long rest, and we will
Excellent.
all take a short rest now. We will take a break of 5 to 10 minutes. Thank you to those who are still watching. We shall be back imminently to see what lies next for our party. See you soon.
Is it?
And welcome back. Carrick, yes, it's always on break. We make sure to do it exactly when you're not around. We've got monitoring on you. Welcome back. So we left our party recovering after a fight against a were-rat and his accompanying creatures, and the threat of him to return possibly at some future course. But for now, our party take their long rest, are able to recover, reclaim all spell slots, hit points, and all the fun stuff they get back to which to continually antagonize me. And you continue to carry. Don't give me that look. You continue to carry on up the coastal way, and let's move you across onto a larger map so we can see what we're all doing. That's the players. You are over here, and I should get rid of scary music. So you're more down towards the bottom, part way between Beregost and Baldur's Gate. Let's give you this one. And fade that one out. Yeah. I'm going to save you doing the rolls for the next couple of days and say that you will not encounter anything else of narrative and story note. However, if there's anything anyone would like to discuss on the way as you head north to Baldur's Gate over the next in-game day and a half, you may do so.
I think so Richard will probably just sort of chat away with Iron Mind just about what happened, because he kind of values Iron Mind's sort of simplistic way of looking at things, because Richard's mind can, especially now, gets very sort of tangled up and he tends to overthink things anyway. So he finds Iron Mind, how direct he is, he finds that very refreshing. But over the next couple of days or however long it takes, he will. I don't know if I'm not asking for another role. I'm just saying that he will continue to mull over that voice, and he'll continue to mull over the weapon and sort of that kind of thing.
Okay. I will say for now, nothing else changes in this scenario to warrant a change in role, but at some point in the future, perhaps that may change.
The only thing Iron Mind is, because he doesn't really know too much about the surrounding cultures, societies, he's just going to ask anyone in the party, probably. I think he would think Ori would probably know the most. He tends to think of her as sort of the most intelligent of the lot of them. or worldly, the bard. Would the rat man, are there like rat people around Baldur's Gate? Is that like a culture of people, or is that guy like a one-off? Is he's heard stories of were creatures, but only in stories. If anybody knows,
and if anyone wants to do a history to see if they've ever heard of anything.
Where am I?
Ooh,
14.
19.
Just
Ronnie's too busy wondering why his 40% proof hot water skin is not working. Broken? Did he actually throw that last night? Is it someone else's water? Maybe he's picked up Pessel's water skin, right? There is so Richard, there is no colony that you're aware of rat folk on Faerun. I mean, there was always stories and tall tales of all manner of beasts and creatures and races, but unlike the things such as minotaurs certainly exist, the idea of a rat folk, lizard folk exist, a rat folk doesn't, to your knowledge.
Just
So,
I did use,
but where rats do, obviously,
that makes researching a bit narrowed down then, because if you can say you can research in Candlekeep or wherever, then there may be fewer mentions of something. Anyway, sorry, that's all I've got.
You can look specifically for were creatures as opposed to rat folk.
Okay. I did use one of my blesses there, so you can knock that into 2. When I did a history check last time. All right.
Cool.
Frony is just at one point, probably when Sir Richard is deepest in thought. Just gonna slide up to him and say, "So a bounty, huh?"
Yes, it seems that way. I wonder how much it is.
I mean, that's the real question. It could, I mean, something
If
like
you
that.
If you were to put a bounty on me, Floney, what kind of monetary amount would you place on my head? And he looks at you expectantly.
So, Tom, I would like to
Uh-huh.
kind of bend the rules a bit. Yeah, I want to use my background feature called "Never Tell Me the Odds."
Okay.
Odds and probability are your bread and butter. During downtime activities that invoke games of chance and figuring out odds on the best plan, you can get a solid sense of which choice is likely the best one and which opportunities seem too good to be true at the DM's discretion.
Okay, and how are you intending to use your background?
So basically, given what I know about Sir Richard, his heritage, his family, and
what do you know?
I mean,
Really?
not much. I know
Yeah.
you're 5th in line for the throne of some far-off kingdom, and basically, given the circles that Frony used to run in the taverns with gambling groups, if I had to pin a number on Sir Richard's value for a bounty, I mean, upwards of 100 gold.
I will say that he's what he's really asking you here is like how valuable you are to him, or like sorry, he is to you as a friend.
I was kind of actually that was what I was going to go with on until you went on this thing.
Oh yes, but Frony still wants a number.
So is it like The Price is Right? Is it like that?
Yeah, basically.
Higher, lower.
Give me 1 second just to...
No problem. And while Tom looks that up, so Richard can see Frony is definitely doing math at this point.
You can see as time goes on, Sir Richard is like he's looking a little bit more pensive, and a little bit more worried that it's taking you this long.
Frony is dragging it out as long as he can.
You bastard.
Where's it gone?
Well, you know, it's so. I suppose, Franny, if I were to put a bounty on your head, just to sort of maybe get some sort of baseline as to what we're talking about here, I would say at least 50,000 gold.
Frony's gonna kind of blush at that because he's getting what you're saying.
Still. I mean, in terms of what you're aware of, Ronnie, in terms of, so you're not sure you ever heard of someone in royalty being treated as a bounty before, but you can't set being less than 4 figures worth of gold if it's a decent amount, depending on the size of the kingdom to some extent.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, so I mean,
nearly turn myself in.
Yeah, I mean, so
the problem is because you don't know enough of the details. You don't know what you're aware. You don't have enough in order to speculate on this, because it could be. It could be it's a deal that you might get a lot of money out of it, but it could tie you into someone like Xanathar's or the Zentarum. You could absolutely go, yes, I could hand that bounty in, and then I'm stuck with the snakes, and there's no escape. So you're aware there is that. There may be the cat. You could get quite a lot of money, but you could also be pulled into a faction you might not want to be part of.
Yeah, so I mean, Frony will tell Sir Richard that, I mean, you know, looking quite literally thousands of gold.
How many thousands?
I mean, it depends on what they want you for.
No. If you were to place a bounty on me.
But why would I place a bounty on you? I have no reason to do that.
Nice and nice then, fine.
Brew would watch this and, you know, feeling bad the last couple of days about the joke you made about handing him in himself.
Doubles down.
He'll walk over, pick up Frony, put him on Richard's lap, and say, "This much gold."
Freddie will also pipe up and say that the one thing that this bounty does do for you, my friend Richard, is it gives you some street cred at least.
Wanted man.
I
You
mean,
just need a cool scar.
Renegade
Yeah.
by Styx starts
I
playing.
should get a cool scar, shouldn't I? I have one in my leg now. But yes.
It's not one you're going to show off to many people. Let's be fair. Though,
No,
that
it's in
one
the
is
inside of
what
the
it is.
thigh. It's quite high up, but still. Yes. It's sort of a. It's a bit of an oxymoron. Well, not an oxymoron. Yes, it's just. It's great having a bounty on one's head, but problem is if I go in bragging about it, I may find people who
Want to cash in?
want to turn the bounty in. You know,
I mean, that's why we find out who placed the bounty and go have a friendly little chat with it.
it's
In order to interrogate them, we would have to entrap them.
entrap them, you say? Yeah, I like that. Get a friendly chat with them at the end of a rapier.
Exactly. You get where this is going.
I do. I get. He flirts his rapier. The point. Okay.
Even the world seems to go. "Oh."
I feel like I understand. Like, I think Iron Mind does a bit of a Billy from Predator, where he finally gets a joke. Ah, or the Captain America. I understood that one. That reference. I got that one.
Obviously, it would be a joke about weapons.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we will say with that one that you are awakened the next morning and you come over the rise and you see the river Tionthar. I never know how to pronounce this one. And beyond it lies the cityscape of Baldur's Gate. Ari, it's been a bit of time since you passed Baldur's Gate and you came through pretty quick. Didn't want to stop very much. Stopped in the upper city, called in a family favour, so you didn't have to spend too long in the lower city. Sir Richard and Brew and Frony, you stayed in the lower city of this, and it's a little more rough and tumble. Let's move you on to Baldur's Gate city map. You're all on the bottom, just so you can see it. But yes, you can see the worm bridge that crosses over the river with the keep in the middle. You can see the long winding path that goes around into what's known as the outer city, and into the lower city itself inside the walls, and then the upper city that leads to the coastal road and onwards. Compared to that map, there are many more tents and temporary structures both sides of the river. The outer city has grown massively on this map. This map, if you use it. Yeah. So you cross on down. The only way to cross the river is at the Worm Bridge. There is no other options. And as you cross the bridge, you are all aware of how tight and cramped this is. On both sides of this bridge, ramshackle houses have gone up. 2, 3, sometimes 4 stories high. On every street, well, I say every few meters, there's hawkers, there's people attempting to sell you stuff. There's the sounds of bustling. That's not the right. I say it's the right one. Let's just take a moment to fade in. And it's all very cramped. And there's some of the buildings, you're swearing the breeze seem to be just wibbling that little bit thing. There's a few kind of. This is one of those things. The bridge itself feels fine, but the abodes either side and these little hovels and these small little, and there's shops of all sorts of knicks-knacks, food. You're pretty certain that someone's got a fishery where they probably just put a fishing line out the back, and whatever's on the table that day is what they picked out of the water. As you approach the centre of the bridge, you can see the Worm Keep rising up. This stone island that sits in the middle of this river, and the one road goes through it, specially designed tunnel with drawbridges on either side. And as you approach, you can see the Flaming Fists, the Wardens, the Guards, the Mercenary Company, who are based and deal with the defence of Baldur's Gate. Push people away from the gates. The drawbridges go up, and you're all stuck there, crammed in, squashed between the people, and you see a large sail just catching glimpses around people as a large galleon-sized vessel crosses, headed upstream.
Any flags or
Make a perception check.
pennants on it?
Make a perception check at disadvantage as well, because it is
Oh,
so... 11.
An 11, my friend.
It occurs to you too late to look, and that you're aware the river is there. You can barely see it.
Man, you're too tall.
Which
He's been
yourself
looking down,
His shoulders.
is the half ogre.
keeping
Brony
an
is
eye on his coin purse and advising the others to do the same as we
Make a
Go
perception
shoulder.
check.
shoulder.
Brony is 3'3". He's not seeing anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
So sorry, Tom. Is that for me keeping an eye
Yeah,
on?
that is making a perception check.
Mhm.
If you said you're looking after your
Yeah, he's just
coin
trying
purse.
to do a general recce for pickpockets. I don't think that's going to go too well.
There are a lot of people moving in and out on these ways.
Yeah.
A lot of people. Is that guy with the rat? No, that's not the rat figure. Maybe that one's.
Hmm.
Everyone looks suspicious here. What about those
Okay.
half foot looks going past that way?
This is more people than this one's ever seen.
And the bridge
One
is
does
and the
not
bridge
like
is
it.
heaving. You know,
Mhm.
there are people standing on their tables trying to hawk their wares, shouting to you all sorts of bric-a-brac. You wait as the bridge is closed down. The toll booth in the tunnel opens, and you slowly make your way over as you step across the bridge. This is the one point you can see out into the river. There is no side rails on the drawbridge as you go past. Looking upriver, you can see that was a flotilla of ships, a dozen, headed upstream.
Can I keep an eye out for wanted posters that may
You can
deal with
Yeah.
if there's mention of a bounty, I don't know whether it's an underground thing or whether it's official. If it's official, we
Okay.
should be very worried.
I mean, as you're stepping into, so the castles, most of the castle is onto the eastern side of the rock, and kind of the western side is basically just a kill box, essentially, for those who do in the military terms.
Yeah.
Is this paved tunnel with an open roof, just enough of a covering to one side that there's some protection from the rain, battlements on all sides. In the middle lies a fairly hefty toll booth. People coming from the north to southwards are just kind of pushed around the side of the tunnels. People coming up this way, you are funneled into wooden barriers and pushed through. You know the cost of this to be 2 silver each to pass northwards.
Hells.
Yeah, I'll pay it.
Okay,
All of
there's
us.
a
Happy to
gold.
pay.
Yeah. As you go through, you can see there is a cohort of the Flaming Fists. 4 or 5 guys standing there, 2 humans, 2 half-orcs, 1 half-elf, who in a way, despite being the slightest of them, is probably a little more scary in terms of his demeanour on it. They watch you close by, but there's no particular interest, and they'll go back, and more of an eye on that half-ogre you saw earlier, watching them through. They take the money, you push on through, you carry on northwards, you see a better looking shop on the side as you go to the northern side of this bridge. It's a weaponsmith and armory. Looks like actually just reasonably quality gear. So somewhere to note. You have, those of you who crossed this bridge before have seen that one. It seems to be a permanent establishment. And you head out into the old outer city proper. The road gets no less busy as you go through the outer city. There's all people going on here, and where buildings are more permanent to the roads as it goes out, you can see they're more ramshackle, more thrown together, and then the tents start as you go through the foothills.
Can I keep an eye out for beggar sort of gangs of, or child beggars, or any kind of thiefy activity, or
Yeah, make a perception check as well. You see the
Yeah,
Iron Mind
full
is rather
Rogers shout.
distracted and just kind of go.
Jesus Christ, lads.
Okay, there's a lot. everywhere you look, there are all sorts of different races. You get distracted at one point. You see these figures that look like elves but have green skin. Their ears are all different lengths. One of them is long enough they have them tied behind their head. Other ones have them short. They seem to be little small groups, just one or two here and there.
They have a rather curious smell, don't they, Iron Mind?
This city smells of dung.
Yes, it does.
Oh, sorry, it's my job, says the guy on the oxen cart that's going to the southwards. Got to go out somewhere.
Aye.
You carry on going round the mountain. You see to the north, you see little Callumshire. This is a walled enclosure, and you can see people actually are walking on the walls above. They are designed that all the cattle and all the carts can go along the ground, and the walkways stretch above it. It's probably twice the size it is on that map. It's this area, it's kind of almost its own little walled enclosure.
What's it called, Little Calamshan? Is it a tent? Or...
Judging by the people you see around it, most of the people there are from Calamshan.
Okay.
It's predominantly, that's the human race based in this one. It is predominantly human, and that bit, and it's almost as if they've brought their culture up from the south.
Okay.
You carry on passing through. Now you can see the rising walls of the lower city. The lower city is where the majority of people live. This is Mine Hell, for those who watched that one. This is not in any way a glorious city. This is very much one that has been on the ravages. There has certainly been links to infernal activity within these walls at times.
Wow.
I heard a good description. I think it was Chris Perkins differentiating Waterdeep from Baldur's Gate, which is the way he just likes to describe it is Waterdeep is Metropolis and Baldur's Gate is Gotham. If that helps people.
That's a very apt way to do it, in fact. Yes. Lower City is Arkham City games, if you're looking for those bits. And the upper city is that bit in the background you never get to with all the sky rises that looks really nice and proper. The guards at the lower city gates don't seem to pay the stream of people going to and fro any mind. There's no particular... Their eyes are scanning through. You see the Flaming Fist emblem on them. They generally have spears and swords. There's normally a couple with crossbows. Looking up to the walls, you can see there's ballista mounted. Fairly regularly. You can see again there are armed guards on the way. Those of you with sharper perceptions will notice there's also war mages at even distances on the walls. So, roll a history check, everyone other than the Iron Mind. Sorry, Iron Mind, you wouldn't know this one.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
11.
-2, you still roll.
Yep.
Nice. It's about this point. I'll say take that from that 13. You remember some of the history of what's happened upriver a few years ago. None of you know the details of it, but for a time the city of Etorial was presumed to have vanished from this very plain. When it came back, the city was sealed in what is affectionately known as the Ring of Salt and Iron, a line that prevents any travel to or from the city and has barricaded Etorial in for 4 years now. More than that, you don't know, but you wonder whether or not there's additional people in the outer city, maybe refugees who cannot return to Etorial.
So it's any type of travel.
Completely sealed Etorial. So,
sorry, where is this?
Etorial is, in terms of the maps, Etorial is if you go up the river, about sort of 8-10 days travel. You would know it as, it's most well known for having what's called the Companion, which is its own sun that circles above it and constantly provides light 24 hours of the day.
And have people been seen in it, or is it like,
it used to be a very bustling trade. Up until the early 1490s, it was another member of the Lord's Alliance.
Since we appeared, like, are there signs of life in there, or can anyone see?
There is no story as to what happened to it. It is known the city vanished somewhere in 1494. It is known to have returned weeks, months later, and immediately the Order of the Gauntlet, the Lord's Alliance, and the Emerald Enclave all sealed the city.
So
And put a ring, a physical ring, now surrounds the city 25 miles out, a day's travel.
Okay,
And none
so
passed.
people outside the city sealed it off, rather than the city itself seal itself off from
If I
everywhere else.
push-
Okay.
Is this ring actually? I mean, is it iron and salt?
I mean, you
Is
will
that
never
just-
visited. So if I come back onto this map and shift click you to this is Etoril. It's here.
Change for me anyway.
Drew, I will give you the 13. The scuttlebutt said there was something to do with the hells involved, but
Okay.
there's never been any clear stories. But the Ring of Salt and Iron is known about. None of you will have visited, because none of you will have got close enough. But it is likely that it is a fairly reasonable assumption to make that the refugees from that incident may have ended up at Baldur's Gate.
As in people who were outside the city when it disappeared initially.
From the 13, you don't know more than that.
That's
Your
as much as
presumption is that's something along those lines. Put me back to that one. But yes, so that might be something to do with the increased size of people at Baldur's Gate. You go into the lower city. You know that the Wide is the large open marketplace in the upper city. There is one gate you can cross into, which is the Baldur's Gate itself. That stands in the center point of the city. You make your way through the crowded streets. Are you looking for somewhere to stay in the lower city? What is your plans? We'll say by the time you reach this now, pushing through these crowds, it is getting early to mid-afternoon.
We're gonna be here for one night at least. Like by the time we. Oh, that's good.
Are you back with us, Kira?
Yes, I have no idea what happened. Sorry.
Okay.
But I mean, we're gonna even if we found the Amber Dune, if we found the stall reasonably quickly, by the time we got out of the city,
It's going to be dark, yeah.
That was
gonna be
a
dark.
fair assumption to make.
Ironmine's a bit out of his depth in terms of finding somewhere that would be safe and defensible. I think he'll defer to the better judgment of the others.
What's a priority here? I mean, and mine is obviously staying safe. I wouldn't mind finding lodgings, maybe with spa facilities. I wouldn't mind a thermal bath.
I mean, if you want that, we'll probably have to go to the upper city.
And how much is that?
More expensive than the lower city.
I like Sir Richard's very. It's a banana, Michael. How much could it cost? The very Lucille Bluth.
I have a couple of gold on me. I mean,
I mean,
would you like to? Will we give it socks, as it were, and drink some fine wine and get our nails done?
Does anybody have any idea? I mean, Ironmine wouldn't. Does anybody have any idea? Like, if we make our way to the upper city and we look for rooms, are we going to get booted out before we even get the opportunity to? Is it that fancy?
Expensive
in
could
general?
it be?
I mean, Frony grew up in Tevin, so Tom, would he have an inkling of the price difference?
Yeah, no, absolutely, he would. You would imagine the price is probably much the same as the split would be in Neverwinter, from between sort of that around the House of Knowledge and those are a little more off to the edges, to the northeast or on top of where the chasm used to be. I'm just trying to find my expenses. Yeah, I'm just looking for it now.
All good. All
I
good.
thought Ori had family there somewhere.
In Neverwinter, no.
No.
I mean, we can stay in somewhere where it has spit and sword on the
No,
floor.
it was a favour you called in to stay here on the way down.
Oh,
But
sorry.
it was a favour to stay at a minor noble's house.
I really would like to get my hair washed and get the nails done as it were, and maybe a massage and drink some fine wine. I've roughed it long enough, don't you think?
Ins per day, aristocratic would be 4 gold, squalid would be 7 copper.
Yeah, I've just found. Yeah, we'll go with the.
4 gold.
Yeah.
I'm going to say the
what-
squalid inn would be 10 copper at the moment. But other than that, yeah, with those costs as they are.
4 gold.
Wrist traps.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
what's
4 gold,
it?
4 gold a night for a bit
Ronnie,
of
this is the
pampering.
point you find out your money purse is missing.
Oh, God.
Is it friend?
And if you look, it has been cut and removed.
Sir Richard, I mean, he obviously doesn't carry his money purse hanging off his belt, so you're kind of looking for it and going, oh, dear.
Iron Mind checks for his.
The rest of you all seem to have it. It seems like it's at some point in the journey.
Whoa.
How long?
If
Gives me
Franny's
a
pouch
reason
was
to
just
try and get more money.
Franny's
Iron
pouch
Mind
was
takes
just
his coin
low-hanging
pouch off.
fruit.
Nobody gets that time.
If for the time being, Iron Mind takes his pouch off and throws it to Frony, and says, "You know,
What are you doing?
well, this one can.
I don't get it.
They will have a barn.
No,
We
never.
get our nails done.
We
We're going to have a jolly old bloody night of it.
Hmm.
I almost
Well,
died.
regardless, Frony, this one will cover your expenses.
I appreciate that.
You're too good. You know that, Iron Mind. You're too good.
I pick up Iron Mind's coin pouch and hand it back to him.
We're really
yeah.
going to have to hustle those people with that drinking game.
Yeah, you can spend a bit of time to search for an inn. I just closed the bloody window that had the prices because I got the wrong one on. Damn it.
So, I mean, are we
4 gold, is it? Or?
that was for aristocratic, was it? So, I mean, are we treating ourselves? What's the
Absolutely, we're treating
Census.
ourselves aristocratic and nothing less. My friend.
Well, honestly, for no other reason than actually, if this is an underworld bounty, staying the fancier a place we can stay in is probably a good deterrent for scumbags trying to stab Richard in the back.
See,
I mean, the more
exact
gods.
thing I was thinking.
But if
I'm
it's
not,
it's
because I
an
wanted my
official
head on.
bounty,
Yeah.
then the opposite is true.
Thanks, Red Robin Cass. There's in chat. They're saying that they're loving the stream.
Thank
Excellent.
you very much.
Thanks, man.
Thank you very much.
So yes, look, let's have a lovely evening over this. The sun's creeping over the horizon, and I'm getting thirsty. I'm hungry. I wouldn't mind a toasted sandwich.
And you said the wide, the market that is, it's in
The
upper
wide
city,
is the big market. Yeah,
I assume the big open space on the map.
yeah. Again, you wouldn't know what it is, but the rest of you would have been aware of this thing because of the sheer size of it, passing through the town, and you have to pass through the upper city in order to continue the route from north to south. You would have been aware of the location of the wide, even if you have not visited it.
So, at the afternoon, go to the inn, settle in, go to the market in the morning. Is that what we're thinking?
Yeah, it sounds good.
I will say as well, those who've been here before know there is a curfew that is in effect in Baldur's Gate. Once the sun goes down, unless you have a specific pass or you're one of the noble houses, you are not to be on the streets. So-
Hold up.
Why not? Is this times of war or something? Is nobody allowed out after dark?
We ask around
Seems
why the
prudent
curfew is
to
in
this one.
place.
He'll sidle right up into a guard's face and go, "What's the meaning of this?"
Is this
Okay.
unusual for Baldur's Gate?
This has been in place for some years, in fact. Why? I had
Safer
this
to stay in.
down somewhere.
Iron Man thinks it's a great idea. This would be a curfew at every city. Much easier to protect someone if there's a curfew.
So the curfew applies only to the upper city. It has been in place for some time. In talking, the Flaming Fist soldier, this was a human, middle-aged. You can see she has her hair cut short. She has one of those scars down the side that you would love to get, Richard, at some point. It's properly done the things.
Doesn't count if I do it myself.
You won't get the thing for it if you do it that way.
Yeah.
No, I mean, essentially, this is one of the... You're able to determine this is one of the means by which a token gesture to try to curb the reach of what's known as the Guild. The Guild is the prominent thieves organization, and they are rife through.
And is she in the upper city?
You haven't reached the upper city yet.
Okay, so
unless you want to make haste through and try and get to Baldur's Gate itself and push through. You will see another gate beforehand, but you will also see quite clearly that only people who are wearing the signs of the noble houses and have particular tokens are able to get in.
So is it unlikely?
And the general trade, you can see you are following this kind of general trade where you can see this is the more, if I use the word common, obviously the not noble houses are all being hustled towards this one. And the traffic coming down the other way as well, you can see it's kind of, again, it's that thing it's split into two, one going southwards, one going northwards. It seems to be this is just a main thoroughfare you are following at the moment.
Okay, sure, scuttle along. Do we get the impression that we won't be led into the upper city to get accommodation there, or?
You can certainly try.
Okay.
Ori knows people up there.
Let me.
He had a favor.
Oh, great!
You,
well, excellent.
Whether or not you'll be able to recall that favour again is a different thing, but you're certainly welcome to. Yes, you. Well,
it'd be very persuasive.
Yeah, I mean, you are certainly welcome to. Yeah, no, absolutely. So, one of the patriarchs, they are quite near. They're quite far northwards, actually, quite near to the main gate, out and through. You are welcome to try to go up to them first. It will be coming on to late afternoon by the time you get through Baldur's Gate and go to there. But you are, no.
I'll let them know that I know that, and they can decide what to do.
Okay. So coming into the upper city, the guards, again, there's a bit more of a close watch to you now. And as you step in and through and under Baldur's Gate itself and into the upper city, there is a noticeable, almost immediate change. The roads are suddenly paved rather than being mud tracks. You can see the houses are all of a nice quality. Whereas in the lower city, there was scaffolding and you see works and repairs being done to stuff. This upper part of it is not quite pristine, but very definitely of a different order to it. There is no works that you can see happening around. The bustle and cry of the wide you can hear almost straight away. It's kind of seems to be almost the only noise in the upper city, and the rest of it is very decorous. Not stringent, but very definitely a lot more. There's a bearing to how those in the upper city take themselves. You can continue to follow the road, which kind of parallels the Wise until if you come off and head north at this point, Ara, you can head up to this minor patriarch whom you know, and then you can attempt to sweet talk them, should you so desire. Or you can look for an inn on the way if you'd rather.
I think maybe an inn might be the best one, so we can get some food, drink, beds.
Yes, I agree.
Swindle some people with Fronny's inability to get drunk.
I mean, that would be hilarious to watch. I'm here for that.
Does Fronny even know?
After 2 days, and he's got that water skin. He's probably starting to. He's aware that he may not. He may not know the extent to it, but he certainly is beginning to think maybe at this point. So you see so you have the one you look at, you see a couple across the road from each other. One is called the Hellman Cloak, and the one a little farther down more to the north is the Purple Whim Inn and Tavern. It seems like there's a bit more rowdy atmosphere coming from the Purple Whim.
Well, that sounds jolly fun. Should we go in there? Can we? Can we, Ori? Can we?
I guess so. Just keep your head down so we don't get more bounties.
Iron Mind looks longingly at the quieter Hellman Cloak as
Oh yeah,
follows
you
them
watch a pair of armored knights step into the other one as you are dragged into the Purple Worm.
Excellent.
We can hide more in here.
Is it as posh as it sounds, or?
This one would come under the wealthy bracket.
Excellent.
In terms of things, so.
Did we didn't get into the upper city? Did we just?
Oh, you are in the you're in the upper city.
Oh, we did get
The
through.
guards-
Okay.
Yeah, no, the guards have not. None of the Flaming Fist appear to have detained you. None of them seem to have been
sorry,
in
I
any
missed
way.
I missed that completely. Apologies.
Me too.
That's right.
Could Sir Richard have sort of done a thank you for your service, my friend, and greased the palms
To the gates. To the gate wardens.
Yeah, the gate wardens. Obviously, after he's through, so he's not looking for anything. He's just sort of ingratiating himself.
One of them nods back to you, but doesn't seem particularly fussed.
Well, he's sort of slipping them a gold piece each.
Okay. There's a bit more of a nod then in that case.
Thank you for your service. It's trying time, my friends. Your efforts go a long way to securing the safety of this marvelous city.
Need to do our bit, sir. That we are. It's a little halfling, actually. You've just given the last one to speak back to you. Doing our part, we are.
The name's Richard. What's your name, sir? The worst
He gets distracted.
I was just about to say worse.
Sorry.
I'm gonna say
Look,
the
you
thing is,
did-
he will get distracted because again, that half ogre who's very noticeable. They've all gone back and they're now watching the half ogre a lot more
Is
curiously.
he still near us?
He's been walking the same way from Peru. This half ogre.
This guy is. Can I suss him out? This is fucking way too. He's been with us way too long now.
Okay. What do you wish to do?
What's he like? Is he clearly following us, or is he is if you're going from A to B in a town, you have purpose and you're walking around, or is he walking around and stopping and looking in windows and then continuing on and so on? So
I mean, a
forth?
lot
That's
of the
what I'm kind
pace is
looking at.
determined by the sheer volume of traffic on these roads. It has not eased off this thoroughfare since you've hit the bridge. This has been a fairly solid stream of people travelling to and fro. Make an insight check.
Insight. +1. Oh, look at that. 10.
You hate to see it. Hard to tell.
Yeah.
You don't know enough ogres, half ogres, or any of the giant kin to.
But are they concerned about him?
They are watching more in terms of there is a potential for more harm to come from him.
Not because they
They
recognize him.
don't. Doesn't seem to be any kind of recognition. You've not seen any wanted posters around.
Yeah,
in your travel.
I think Iron Mind has just been probably the whole way watching him as well, just because he's very big and very
I'll
strong.
say as
and
you
thinking
turn
if
into the
somebody
purple worm,
kicks off,
this half ogre just carries on walking upwards as if they're headed thing. There's no surreptitious looking back that you're aware of with whoever's got the highest perception. Or you can do a perception if you want to check. So Richard, if that would make you feel better.
Yes, it would.
Okay.
Come on.
You are distracted by the fact there is an inn and tavern and you're ready to go in here. And your
excited.
poor friend Forney has lost their money. And
Fronny's gonna win it back.
I have you sorted.
So you head into this. It is. This is probably on a par with the Heath back at Candlekeep Mysteries. Candlekeep. So it's not that bigger on the inside than the outside, but actually in terms of a, for a mundane tavern and inn, this seems to be of a pretty good standard. It's clean straw on the floor. The glasses are actually properly cleaned and not just spit through. There's a choice of ales on.
So, Tom, I'm pretty sure it's safe to say at this point, because Frony's been trying to drink for 2 days and he hasn't been able to get drunk, that he's figured out something is up.
Yeah, you're pretty certain. I mean, either someone's done something miraculously to that water skin of yours.
I mean, it still tastes the same.
You remember, you remember that tingle at the back of your head, and every time you've had that tingle into your brain, something has always changed. It normally has changed back by now. This might be the longest time something's not changed back. But yeah, this you're beginning to think, yeah, all right, this might be okay.
So Frony is gonna try and find someone that looks like they're a bit drunk and try start a drinking competition.
I mean, you can just pick a table. There's a whole heap of people you can go for.
He needs to look like an easy mark at least.
Okay, do me an insight check to see if you can work out some of that kind of just, going to the bar, taking a moment just to look around, see what you can do. Okay. Kind of just a slow glance around, and you can see off to the side, dwarf, somewhat sitting by himself to one side, sharing a table with a pair of half-orcs who doesn't seem to pay attention to them. And there's just that slight wobble and lean, tack it down a bit too far.
So, firstly, Frony's going to ask Sir Richard to spot him a bit of coin first, just so that he can get the drinks going to begin with.
What, my friend? How much would you like? Here's 10 gold for you.
Well, I think 10 gold will do nicely.
Is this
Frony's, it'll be enough.
Excellent.
Frony's going to get himself a drink of whatever's available the first thing he sees.
Sure. We'll say that'd be an ale for this to start.
Yeah, and he's going to head over to the table and introduce himself and ask if he can sit down. And, after drinking and conversing a bit...
Can you sit down?
Oh, God, you're one of those, aren't you?
What, a dwarf? You got a problem with that?
No, a dwarf that can't drink.
Oh, my friend. You think I can't drink? I spend every day drinking.
Doesn't look like it.
I think you want to put something where your mouth is, something. Either money or a fist.
Brody is going to put down 5 gold coins on the table, and he's going to slap it down on the table. And he's going to ask him, is that enough?
That'll do for the first round, yeah. All right. And he rumbles and it takes him a bit of time to kind of, and he pulls out and he puts down 5 gold.
All right, and Freddy's going to sit down and we are going to start this game.
Can I say, Tom, before, just obviously because things could kick off, just when we walked in, it's probably going to very well. Can Iron Mind just, when we walk in, he's just going to scan the crowd to see does anybody look at Richard.
Okay.
When we come in, just before things.
I mean, he's a dashing man. Some people are going to look at him wherever he walks.
Very beautiful.
This is true. I just wanted to. I don't know it's going to go particularly well. No.
As far as you can tell, there's no one attracts to your gaze has been in any way suspicious or anyone that suddenly pays more attention once they've seen your party enter.
I think Richard's just too happy to be in a really nice place to even consider that kind of thing. It's just like civilization at last.
Yeah.
I mean, that's been
a civilized drinking contest.
Right.
I don't really know because we know what the result's going to be on this one. I wonder how far.
I mean, I can maybe. Brony will, at least try and keep it interesting to try and, pull more people in if he can. So I can give you a deception check if you like.
I mean,
is
Brony going to pretend to be drunk?
Check.
Yeah.
I mean, he's trying to pretend to be drunk, so wouldn't that be deception?
But if you're trying to bring more
Best
people in, you're trying to
performance
make
of
more of
your
a game
life.
for it. Get some seconds of
Sure,
betting
why
going.
not?
What kind of a
Let's
drunk
do
is Ronnie?
Frody is a happy
Today
drunk.
he's mostly.
That's a 18.
All right, yeah. I mean, you spoke loudly as you approached, and this dwarf obviously is not mincing his words or his tone. I mean, the half orcs on the table have already turned and gone. All right, you can see them looking. This looks like it's going to be interesting. Looking forward to this. You can see that there's a party of gnomes on the back, looking round with interest. As you kind of spread, you can see the words spreading out. People are still doing their own things. There's now a bit more of a Oh, I see. He's going after old Surtuk, is he? All right, okay. See how he does. So you can see this is beginning to go up that way. I'll do a Constitution save for the dwarf to start with. Let's give him, I don't know, +1/+2. See how he does on the 10. Yeah, he is all right to begin with. He's been going for most of the day, but he's keeping it on. You can see you might have to play this one a bit carefully. We're doing all right so far, son. Do you need to go and have a lie down?
I think I need something stronger.
Oh, all right. Let me get this one. And he will looks over towards the barkeep. Who's this older gentleman with nice big sideburns coming down here, smoothing down there, balding on top, and just sighs, and he pulls out this corked bottle which he carries carefully over, puts down, comes back with his two pewter shot glasses. Just sighs and turns and goes back to the bar. And you'll see the dwarf reaches in now and he pulls out I say he pulls out 8 more gold. That's a ridiculous amount. What do you reckon? Think you can keep up?
Oh, I can keep up.
Cool. Splashes out a pair of these things. You see the wooden table just smokes ever so slightly where little drops landed on it.
Brody is a little bit sad that he can't get drunk off this.
It smells even better than the 40%. And you both knock these back. You can make a perception check as well, a performance check if you want to keep it interesting, or deception, either or.
Yeah, I mean, Frody's going to try and keep it interesting. He doesn't want to let on that, he can't get drunk.
Yeah, and you see Surtuk is beginning to look a little bit. Ooh, yeah, keeping it interesting. He was getting a +2 on top, so you're only just ahead of him at this point. You can see he's started maybe a bit too late on this rot gut, and there's that hint of a sway to him. He's does get advantage, don't I? I'd say he would get advantage. Let's see what his actual score would be. Would that be right? Yes, he would.
They get advantage on poison, don't they? So I mean, it's technically
He's getting advantage on poison. No, he's not doing well, Surtuk.
At that point, Frony is going to lean over the table and kind of slap the table in front of him and tell him that maybe he should quit while he's ahead.
Let's see. 11 or higher, he might actually agree with you. Nope. Not been beaten yet, little man. Not going to be beaten now. Pulls out another one. This one he will not get advantage for. But he does then add in another 13 gold. As you have now, you're going to his pride, and this is a dwarf whose pride you're starting to.
Frony's going to look over at Sir Richard and kind of, tell him.
I'm sorry, what?
Come on, let's match him. Don't worry, you'll get everything back.
Do you want some more money, is it? Of course. How much would you like?
Let's just match him for now.
Another 13.
Yes, you want to go.
So he's, okay, so yeah, he can do that, yeah. I'm keeping track of that in the page if you need to see, Tom.
That's fine. I mean, you've each put 26 down on the table currently.
And he'll kind of make a show of kind of counting out 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sorry.
Surtuk sighs and just knocks back the next one.
2. Okay.
DC just continues to. Okay. He does that. Oh. There's now usually that point where someone just they suddenly concentrate really heavily,
Mhm.
and he looks over to you. What are you doing in this moment? How are you trying to make it interesting? Or are you now gone to the point of what? Are you pouring out the next one ready to go, or are you?
Frony is kind of slouching in his seat at this point, head kind of
Okay.
drooping to one side, and he's gonna clumsily reach for the bottle to pour another one.
Okay. So so Sertuk's there. Squints at you. Roll me a deception check, and I will do him a straight roll to see if he's. I'll do disadvantage because where he's. Oh no, it won't be fine. Oh. How about? I think I can do one more, and that'll put you down, lad.
Let's go one last one.
Right. When he pours these ones out, there's a lot more splashing on the table than there is splashing into the things. And let me roll you at disadvantage today, sir, for this final one. Ba-dink.
Oh, come on!
For one moment, there's that worry of like, oh, wait a minute, what? Was he doing the same to you? And then he just slides out of his chair in this graceful... Still keeping the glass upright as he lands on the ground. And you have gained 26 gold.
Nice.
I don't know if anyone was doing any side bettings on the thing, but no.
I wanted to, but Iron Mind doesn't have that. So, he doesn't be like, my money's
What
on
I'm
the
looking
dwarf.
forward is when Fronny tries this tomorrow, the whole thing just utterly falls down.
Oh yes, it's going to happen.
The barkeep comes back and doesn't pay any mind to this thing, just puts the cork back in, lifts it up, lifts it with a bit of a tug from the door's fingers and just goes back. He's seen this before.
Yeah, it's a tavern. It happens.
So, yes, if you want to mark off 4 gold for how many rooms you want, there is no spa facility, I'm afraid, Sir Richard, at this one.
Oh, why would you come here then? So what do I get back then for my?
Whatever Fronny wants to give you.
What did I lend you, Fronny?
So you lent me
26? Was it 26?
Yeah, so you would get 26 back, and I would keep 26 from what the dwarf bet.
So there's no return on my investment whatsoever.
You want a return on your investment?
Bloody right, I do.
Fine.
But it's all right. I'm paying for your room anyway.
Yeah. So Frony will give you an extra 10 gold.
Okay, so 36. Okay, cool.
Frony's gonna walk away and mumble to himself, I thought we were friends.
Not friends. And on that note, Sir Richard, he will, if we sit around a table and get the drinks in, Sir Richard will order like a decent, he'll get the round in for everyone, and he'll go, my friends, I know you saw me stop at that stall on the way in, and I hope you don't think it is too forward, but I bought, well, allow me to show you. And he pulls out these little leather kind of bound and intertwined little bracelets. Because I've this is as a token of thanks, and just to say and show my appreciation for your having my back, and that's that awful cad showed up. I bought you all friendship bracelets. So here you go. There's one for you, Ori, and one for you, Brew, and one for you, Iron Mind, and here's one for you, also, Frony. So, the custom where I come from is you allow me to tie it onto your wrist, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'll hold out my wrist.
Wanted to see. Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
And he'll tie the little thing around, and he's from the from the mind and the sensibilities of a man who doesn't really have any friends. You can see he ties the knot really fucking tight, and it's going to be quite hard to get that off. So and he like he does that for everyone.
Freddy will definitely hold out his wrist.
I wanted to just roll the insight just to see that I mine really kind of get the full sense of the gesture, you know.
Okay.
And the eye mind doesn't actually know what to say. And for the first time, I think any of you, except for maybe not even when he went to sleep, he sort of slumps in his chair and his posture sort of slouches, like he's sort of overwhelmed, and he's looking at the bracelet, and is like, you know, sort of turning it on his wrist. Thank you.
You dumbfounded him.
Thank you, friend Richard. And he smile starts sort of tugging involuntarily at the side of his mouth.
Oh, bless.
This is small
I think on
gesture,
that
but
heartwarming thing, the camera will pan away from the tavern as the sun's setting down, and we will leave our band of silver rings. Who knows, they may pick a name at some point, as we head out and away from Baldur's Gate. And we'll be back in 4 weeks to pick up this story for the next one. Thank you all very much for watching. It has been greatly appreciated. We like having all of you here, and the chat keeps us amused. Whether or not we respond, we are keeping track of it, I promise. Come back tomorrow to see how Carrick does on his level 7 one-shot, which promises to be very interesting if his other ones are to go on. And we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Sure. Bye.
Everyone.
Yeah, bye.